So in this chapter of JJK 136, we get Yuki talking to the fake Gito. They had a really cool conversation. It was more of a discussion than a fight at the moment in time, and I don't think Gito is going to be involved in the fight coming up in the next chapter. What do you think?
You said you don't think he'll be in the next chapter involved in the next fight?
I think Gito's dipping. I think he's taking the prison
Definitely.
realm, and he
Yeah.
said, "See you later." Uranium, she's
Yeah.
headed off on a stretcher right now. We gotta get going.
Yeah, she's poisoned for sure. I think the same exact same thing. Like, it was a very good this chapter was a very good setup for what's to come. I definitely think we're getting a Gojo retrieval arc.
Oh,
So this is what I think how things were laid out. I was wondering how the author was gonna like be like, okay, how is it gonna set it up? And it was pretty good. I mean, I give a chapter like a 8 just because of how good the dialogue was, how much we learned. It was still a little confusing. I had to read it a couple times, but
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
so
there's a lot being said, and you weren't necessarily wrong when you said the arc. The whole entire arc was a great buildup. I mean, we got rid of a lot of excess fat, meaning the cursed spirits, like the special grade. Now, I mean, they were cool and everything, but they were a means to the end, like we all
right.
thought they were gonna be. So Gito kind of came out with what he really wants, and I mean, shit, he was looking to absorb almost all of the people that were in the Elemental Four. I like to call them the little band of cursed spirits. You
They're
know,
all gone.
yeah, all of them. And Mahito, who they thought was the GOAT, their savior, just got eaten and absorbed because he was a puppet.
Yeah, the thing is the potential, but that's what it was. They had faith in Sakuna. Like if even if they all died, Sakuna is still there. But like if anything, Mahito was probably the savior just because of how much he was just traversing and just how much he was gaining. So yeah, but I just wonder when the next time we're gonna see Mahito is. But we did see his technique this chapter, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, we got to see a lot of random things like Miguel, I think his name was. I want to get that out before I forget. A character in
Yeah,
Volume Zero that held out Gojo for a while. We find that when they're talking about people that are jujutsu sorcerers outside of Japan because there's so little, and they showed him, and he was really cool. I can't remember if he was from South America or Africa or wherever the hell he was, but it was cool that they added him to show you that there's really not that many. So, I mean, he had no other
right.
examples except for something he wrote originally years ago. So yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's crazy how just to see and hear how much in advance that Fake Ghetto prepared for this day and for this moment. I
Yeah,
guess he said millennium, like that's like what 1,000 years or something.
yeah.
That's long, bro.
He may be not actually Noritoshi Kamo. You might be right on the Tengen thing. I think he might because he's only been alive for 149 years. Noritoshi Kamo. So if he has been planning this longer, that might have been just another guy because, like you said, he didn't go by that name. He said you could call me
Right.
whatever you want. So maybe Tengen took over Noritoshi Kamo. Blah 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 blah. Regardless, I wouldn't be very surprised. Uh,
Yeah.
I do think he's been laying his traps out very smartly, and if it was overtaken so easily by just a special investigator, not investigator, but special class sorcerer to come in and just
Yeah.
dispel everything, it'd be kind of corny. So I'm glad that this is like the wrap up to the arc, I think.
Yeah. And he said something about him. What got me this chapter is the fact that his preparation in general, like he was preparing for thousands for over 1,000 years and counting because he had people marked, like whatever that even means. He had people marked for um for curse techniques that he was going to give them when he got the idol transfiguration. He knew he was already going to absorb
Yeah,
Mahito to
yeah.
get his ability and then activate people's techniques. Like that's crazy.
Man, he sounds like Blackbeard from One Piece. He said, "I've been scouring, looking for this cursed
Word,
spirit." I've been
word,
reading
bro.
all the books. Nah, yeah,
Yeah,
he knew something like that was going to come around, and that's why he took special interest in Mahito when he saw what his power was. I think so. That shows why he
yeah,
kept him so close to his side, and why he didn't let him get beat. Because I was like, damn, if he gets killed, like, is he going to jump in? But now I knew he would have jumped in regardless to save him
definitely.
strictly for his power. And I think what he did was he gave it was very confusing, and I very well could be wrong, but this is my hypothesis on the whole situation. So I think he made a pact when he might have been a jujutsu sorcerer. I don't know much about him, but he was in a family that is jujutsu sorcerers, and he did something bad. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
maybe he killed all of the jujutsu sorcerers that followed him or he was friends with, and he used their bodies as cursed objects because they held so much resentment and something like that. I could see if they're powerful enough. I mean, they could definitely create that. So maybe he gave that to certain random people like Junpei and Yuji, like they said. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is, and now he's able to finally kind of release everything by having this power.
Right. And hey, I mean, he might be Tengen, and what else I also thought about is that we don't know if there could be one, like more than one person with the same curse technique that inherited it. So because I remember Kamo, not the not Vegeto, but the good Noritoshi Kamo was talking about it'd be nice if if Mai also inherited Megumi's curse technique. So he said also implying that she also could have got it at the same time. So the star plasma vessel, he what's his name? Fake Ghetto could have been the or just real Ghetto could have been a star plasma vessel, or whoever's in Fake Ghetto's body could have been someone who also had the same curse technique that Tegan had. So
Yeah, and
he
he
could he,
was
could he like there could be more than one person with that. So
I mean, he was around the woman that was supposed to be the next one for a very long time. I mean, I don't know what makes you a vessel or what would qualify you, but I
right,
mean, he was a pretty, thoroughbred jujutsu sorcerer, so he wasn't about that human shit. So maybe because he was a part of the whole entire thing, he was like, fuck it, I'll just use his body because he's good enough, or whatever passed and that made her good enough to be the star vessel. I did they tell us what makes him? I really can't remember when we were reading that whole entire thing. It was so long ago.
what makes him a vessel?
Yeah, I don't. What made her? Was she like bred in a certain family, or did she just have something?
Nah, I think the thing is it was weird because it said that they located the next vessel, and when they actually found her, she was talking about the whole situation as if she knew everything. She was talking
Mm,
about that uh what would happen when her and Tengen fuse, that they'll be one, like he won't override her, she won't override him, they'll be one, and her will still follow along. So
the Avatar.
that is kind of strange. I don't know if there was a criteria or not, but I don't think they specified that. They didn't specify much, which made this chapter a little confusing, which is why we both read it so much, because it was so
Yeah,
dialogue heavy. It reminded me of a Hunter x Hunter chapter. I'm like,
yeah. Oh my god! But it sounds like the Avatar, the Tengen thing. It sounds like the Avatar, which is cool. Which it could just happen to anybody, and they get the whole entire memories, even though they can't understand it right away. So
right,
maybe when she died so close to him, maybe he became the vessel automatically, or maybe I don't know. Maybe he just used his body because he said, "Hey, vessel looks free. He's dead,
right.
so shoot, why
Yeah,
not?"
yeah. Imagine just. And he said that he said he marked there was he handpicked 1,000 people, and some of them, he said, some of them got cursed objects, that he made them, not made them eat, but he basically planted it so that they would eat it
Yeah.
somehow. I don't even know how he did that, but that's just goaded for that. But so he had people that had cursed objects, and people who had no type of ties to jujutsu that would just get powers because he would give them powers. He like remodified their brain. So he said he compared it to, imagine just 1,000 Yuji Itadoras running around rampant.
Yeah,
I'm
that's an
like,
extreme.
yeah,
That's an
I'm
extreme for
like,
sure.
and the thing is, I don't even know how I would look at this. I mean, my comparison to this was, if I told you this before we talked, it was Sensui, like a Sensui got away with what he was trying to do, just having all the the S classes running rampant and stuff. Like this is
Oh
kind of what's
man,
happening, but not as extreme. But
not yet.
yeah,
We don't.
what
Yeah.
do you think about, does this chapter change your perspective on Fate Ghetto any differently from,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, because at first I was like, he's Naruto Shikamo, but
Yeah,
then and he kind of hinted, you can call me whoever you want. And as this going on, I'm like, damn, a millennium doesn't even
that's what
sound
I'm
like
saying.
So I just regardless, I definitely don't think he is who he said he was. That I wanted to believe it just because I was wondering who he was the whole entire time, but you can't just
Yeah,
believe it right off the bat. I do think there's something up about him. I also
yeah,
want to get this out of the way. I don't think the string had anything to do with anything. I think that was just symbolism for the whole entire thing and breaking down. I was like, what the hell is that piece of string? Is this like a piece? Like, but I think it was just
yeah,
symbolism. I just wanted to,
yeah.
rule that out. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
he was
symbolism.
talking about how he said I forgot what he said word for word, but he basically everything like the talismans that was keeping the cursed objects at bay, he not finally broke or something. But you're right. I think it was just symbolism at the point in time. But
Yeah. No, that's
I
cool.
definitely give it up to Choso. How do you think Choso? Do you think Choso's gonna be an official part of like the good guys and the sorcerers now, or what's going on with him? Like, is he gonna be official? Because we've seen that Yushi's ability has ranged from ever since he met Toto for the first time, and now like he's still calling him brother. So it may be a long lasting thing. He may be part of the good guys now.
I don't want to do him dirty like this because it's not exactly like it, but what just popped in my head is like the Chimera soldiers from Full Metal Alchemist. Like he was useful at the time that he was introduced, he was cool and
Yeah,
everything, but he would never join the main group because one, he is an object that they were after. So like they would have
right.
to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So just like the Chimeras, like if they were found, they'd be killed. So I don't think he could ever join that organization, but I don't
Hmm.
think he would be an enemy. I think he would kind of be like I mean, never mind. I was gonna say Tosaka's brother from Tokyo Ghoul, but I'm really reaching on that one. But you know what I mean? Just like,
That's a
yeah,
super reach.
just watching from the sidelines and kind of choosing and picking what battles with his own motivation. I think
Yeah,
he's gonna be his own entity instead of just being a sideline character in the story of Sukuna and Yuji.
yeah. Yuji's brother at first. He always putting Yuji first before anybody. He's
Yeah,
always like he jumped. How many times has he jumped in front of Yuji in the past two chapters? Like he
enough.
said, "No, I got this, brother." So yeah, and definitely. Well, I talked about this in my recent video, but what I think is going to happen. It kind of depend out how I thought it was going to happen. We're basically going to have like a Gojo retrieval arc. Um, Honestly, I could see the story ranging from like two more arcs, like the next arc being training for what's to come, and then
Yeah.
finally leading up to it. So, do you think that Yuji and the just his group of people, because Megumi has to get stronger too?
Oh my God. Yeah, he
Do you
needs to
think,
really like that.
yeah, do you think that they'll have to go like because the higher ups still want to kill Yuji? So, do you think he'd had to like go into hiding or something, or do you think he had to go overseas like Akotsu did? Because I think Akotsu went overseas because like they still tried to kill him, you know?
I don't think they have a choice right now. Like, okay, so
Right.
Gojo's gone, Okotsu is gone to wherever the hell. I think they're just like
Somewhere.
we need somebody. We need somebody strong. And even though Sukuna's not on their side, he's not necessarily against them at this moment in time. Because if he
Mhm.
wanted, we all know if he wanted to be against them, he could just say one word and destroy them all. So I think he's very neutral right now. And I just feel like they know that. They're not just like, I think we should kill him now. Even though that one guy, Katsuku or whatever his name is,
Which
Black
one? What does
Black
it look
Sword,
like?
Black
Oh
Sword
yeah.
guy, the coward. He honestly has been making the past couple chapters for me. He's funny as hell. Everybody gets up to assist them. He said, I honestly had enough. I'm gonna lay down in this water. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, at least he knows his limits. I mean,
Yeah,
that's better.
he's still laying down there, just chilling. I'm like, bro, do something. You're a grade one, and
He's nice.
everybody's putting the team on their back. Even the Kyoto team is
Yeah.
trying to fight them. I mean, it was futile. They got baby shaked, but at least they tried. The girl with the wind sight with the witch looking girl.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm like, I don't even know why you tried that, but
Yeah, she well, the thing is he's nice. I mean, he literally stood up against Noritoshi Kamo's attack, or we'll just call him Fake Gito right now because I can't even say that's his actual identity. So I'm
right.
like,
I know what you're
damn, this
saying.
dude has so much potential. And it's just he's such a coward, you know what I'm saying? His ability, and even Fake Gito, he gave him props. He's like, damn, this guy, he knows what he's doing.
Right. With the
He
battle sword drawing or whatever, I forgot the technique was. Yeah, I mean, we've seen him in action only once before that meteor landed. Like he took out two of the members. I forgot what their name was, but they were fodder. But yeah, he looked pretty cool. And I seen I feel as if he's the one that trained Miwa, which is the girl that also does the battle sword drawing
Yeah,
and
that might
stuff. But
possible.
I want to see more from him. I want to see, yeah, I just want to see more from him in general. But his character in general, he's still a bitch, but he's cool, I guess.
He's cool for what he is. I think he's funny, but obviously I wouldn't want him on my team because he might
Oh,
just leave my
definitely
ass.
not.
Yeah, what's it called? Yuki's having a friend come. Somebody's coming to back her up and protect it. I think
Yeah, I
who's little
forgot the
sister?
person's name. It was a weird
I.
name.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, she has people protecting Toto,
my.
Mai,
Oh
and I think Miwa, because they said and Suit,
yeah,
which I'm
bro.
assuming Miwa because Miwa has a suit. I don't know.
I literally forgot that I forgot Toto was even in this for a second. I literally just forgot he was a character until like I saw him fighting a little while ago. Until you just mentioned that, I just really forgot he was even in the fray at all. You think
we
he's gonna
we
be able to
seen him.
help?
No, 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 no. I mean, because even yeah, about to say is clapping
Oh,
the nub. His ability is literally gone. So unless someone heals with the reverse curse technique, he's not going to get his ability back. So he's pretty useless right now. But the thing is, what kind of confused me, not too much, but it was confusing enough, is when Yuki was like, I have someone guarding them, protecting them, not like evacuating, but protecting them.
yeah,
Like, bro, get them out of here if they're not going to do anything, because by the end of the chapter, Fate Geto released so many curses, and it's just Yuki, Yushi, and Choso. So what's next? You know?
yeah. She might just take care of all of them just as a show of power to see. I think he might just do that because I don't think Yuji. I mean, Chozo. Honestly, Chozo might continue to fight because he is just dogging it out right now. I
Oh,
ha- I
definitely.
I grew so much respect for him this chapter. I mean, we find out that the reverse curse technique actually has limits. They can't heal poison, which honestly, when we first saw that with like Gojo or the special curse that Megumi and Yuji fought, I was like, damn, like what? This is way too OP. But we
Yeah,
finally found a weakness, so that was cool to see this chapter. Um,
yeah.
I hope she's not that weak though. I hope that she's not able to be taken out by just like. I mean, she's how old is she?
I mean,
She's known
that was piercing blood though. That was pretty sneaky
hey,
on
hey,
Choso's part. That was that
no,
piercing blood.
you're right. You're right. He definitely. Maybe she overlooked him. In one of my reviews, I said that he's overlooking her, but maybe she overlooked him. So
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, he definitely moved up on my list of liked characters in this, and so did the Ice Queen. I'm calling it Ice Queen because that's we never. I don't think we ever seen an ice ability in this show so
no,
far. So
I don't think we have either. It was
and
also
also,
cool. Oh, go ahead.
well, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you got it. You got it first.
I was gonna say, and like just with how Fate Ghetto set everything up, how he's just activating powers within people who weren't even supposed to have powers, and cursed objects that they swallowed and stuff. We're gonna see so many new abilities and stuff that he said it's gonna be
Yeah.
like the new golden age of curse
Oh my.
techniques. We're gonna see so much.
And I mean, how crazy was Junpei? I mean, like, listen, I know people are sleeping on him, but he had such a like unique curse ability that we didn't even see to this day. I mean, the boogie woogie ability
Right.
is cool, but this is like, actually manifested on his arm. So, I mean, this is gonna be out of the normal. It's gonna be like what is it called? Areas in Yu Yu Hakusho. What are they called? Oh my god, what?
Domains,
Yeah, they're well, not domain. What do they call it?
territory.
Territory. It'll be like the territories where it's like, okay, this isn't spirit energy. This is actually like based off of something. I'm excited to see. You're right. And
Yeah.
I
It's
was
gonna be crazy. And that's exactly, it's crazy how, and it's said that Akutami, the author, said that the influences came from Yu Yu Hakusho and just Hunter x Hunter, just from the author from those series in general. I forgot the guy's name, but this is Tagashi.
yep, Togashi.
Tagashi is so influential, and you can see it so well now, just how things are playing out. And I just can't wait to see like this will definitely open more of a door of possibilities of what Jujutsu sorcery is all about. So I can't wait to see just how diverse this author's gonna make everything from here on out.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. I feel like Orochimaru. is always a big nobody ever credits him when they make their villains in their shows, but Orochimaru really kind of made the plan. It kind of sounds like curse marks, giving people objects, kind of making them powerful into certain things they could never do. You know,
Being marked.
yeah, being marked. He literally did mark that girl. What is her name? I feel like I wrote that down somewhere. Oh, Sukumi Fushigoro, I think is her name.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sukumi. I wouldn't have remembered that, so I'm glad you wrote that down.
Yeah. What's it called? I also I found it very interesting when Fake Gito was talking about the limits. I mean, he was talking about like there was a ceiling on Jujutsu sorcery, and obviously he made Chozo and he was playing around with all this stuff. He's been playing God for so long, and it's
Yeah,
cool. It's cool to see that like he really is kind of breaking the limits. Which back again, he might be Tengen. He's doing a bunch of stuff that nobody thought was possible. He's been
right.
alive for a really long time. What's it called? And it's cool that I know now why he didn't ingest the curses to begin with. I was asking myself that a couple of chapters ago. Why didn't he just like ingest them when he first met them? But he wanted them to evolve by fighting people with curse. Very cool explanation. I actually really like this chapter. You said you gave
Yeah,
it
yeah.
an 8 out of 10. You said.
I give it an 8 just because the dialogue it caught me off guard a little bit, but when I understood it, it kind of leveled up because it started
Yeah.
off honestly the confusion started off at a 7. I give it 8.5.
Yeah, I would give it an 8.5. The only thing that can make it better is if he, just had a double chapter this week. If they just had fighting on the,
Yeah,
I would always like that. But I'm glad it's back to once a week now because when it was once every 2 weeks, I was dying. So I'm glad that we're at least getting some sort of regularity in it.
right.
I feel like there's one other thing.
What else happened in the chapter? We got the fact that they were talking about. Oh, actually, yeah.
I think the only thing we have left to talk about is the rest of the world and curse energy. That's the only thing I
Oh,
don't think we've touched upon is that.
okay. So yeah, this Tengen's barrier and all that good stuff. The fact that Tengen is the reason why all the curses and sorcerers, well, most a vast majority of them reside in Tokyo and or not Tokyo, just in Japan in general, just in the country. Um, the thing that kind of confused me is why him? What makes
Yeah.
Tengen so special that he has to be the one to cast the barrier and stay under the school all the time? And it's not even said that he has to stay in the school to keep the barrier casted. Like they weren't specific, so it's open for interpretation. But yeah, nonetheless his barrier is the reason why everything is happening in Japan, and probably why Akotsu went overseas for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know, probably correlated somehow.
shit. I really would like to see Okotsu as we're talking about him. I really would like to see him because Volume Zero really left a lot to the imagination on what his powers are now. We
Yeah,
won't
it's so
delve.
weird because he
Yeah.
doesn't have Rika. I think at the Rika, like he dispelled Rika because it turns out that he was the one that cursed her instead of like the other way around. So
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe that was always just his power and he was able to just I think okay, real quick before we get off the subject, I think he can copy abilities, but I don't know if he has unlimited curse energy or power. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't know if he has that without Rika. It's so confusing. That's why I want to see him come back in because I liked his character and I mean, what the hell? How does it go from here? What does he do? But
right. Because he
nonetheless,
never.
oh, go ahead.
I don't think he ever had his own like curse technique, that his own personal curse technique. He used Rika and her boundless curse energy. So I don't know how that'll work now. Like he was using a microphone. That like we know how insanely strong, but one use that kind of ability is. You need cough drops every time you use it. So yeah, wait to see more Kosu just to see like what he's all about now that Rika's gone. I think she's gone.
Yeah, I think she's officially gone. If not gone, she can't be, there all the time. It's not like an active curse like as it was. So maybe she can come back every once in a while and manifest or she moved on. I don't know. Whatever that has to do. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna talk about what's her name? Maki. Maki taught the sword ability. Is she gonna come back? Is Maki ever gonna come back or is
What's
Mai
with my what was the last we saw of Maki?
she was
Um,
getting blown up. I think,
by Jogo, right?
yeah. I don't know why I wanted to bring that up, but I was thinking about it and I was like, damn, I wonder if
I
she's
don't
okay.
know. I don't know if Maki's even alive. I don't know because
She's
we
made
saw
out of
what
tough
happened
stuff.
to we saw what happened to Nanami, and he had at the minimum cursed energy to at least kind of protect himself. Maki had no cursed energy, so but then
Yeah.
again, how with with Yuki's ideals and stuff, um, she wanted to rid curses by not even not even going near curse energy at all, or just disbanding curse energy, having nothing to do with it, so that way there'd be no curses. Just yeah. So I'm wondering how not even how, but the fact that she thought that Megumi's dad might have been the what's the word I'm looking for? Might have been like the new version of humans
Oh
that don't
yeah,
need
yeah,
that don't need curse energy because you're so good now. Like you just train your perception, your five senses so much. You don't need curse energy. You're just dumb strong. So maybe he was the evolution that people were talking about that she needed, that she was talking about.
yeah.
But then
No,
again, how would they get to that level? Like even if like you say you were a Jujutsu sorcerer and you want to follow her ideals, how would you go about just disbanding all your curse energy and stuff and just doing the same thing that Megumi's dad did? So
yeah. I don't know. I honestly, he was definitely special, but I feel like I don't know if you can't get taught stuff like that. Never mind. You can't get
that's what I'm
taught.
saying.
Yeah, he was able to literally box Gojo, so he was one of a kind. But yeah, he could have been the next start of the human evolution. Um,
Right.
he definitely, or he was that special non-sorcerer user that Gito was talking about. Maybe not every single person that he was helping gets a technique. Maybe they just develop in different ways. Because he said
Right.
he reworked their brain, so maybe he's actually working their brain to specifically counteract that and be, physically good and having some sort of
Right.
sense.
Either
Maybe,
way, it's about to be interesting. Either way, from this point on, it's nothing but a ride
yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
Geto, he brought hell on earth.
So
For sure.
we know three special why do I keep calling them investigators? Three special sorcerers. We got Yuki, Okotsu,
Four.
Gojo, but who's the fourth one is what I'm saying. I think we heard about him before,
It
but I
was
can't remember his name.
it's Gojo, Yuki, Okotsu, and
What's his
and,
name?
and and Geto, but Geto's dead. But
Yeah,
then again, he's not dead because
yeah, but I know what you're saying. I thought they had somebody new because I remember Gojo talking about Okotsu and somebody else. There, you know who I'm talking about? There was another picture, and he
Was
was
it was it was it that third year, the other third year that we never even seen
yeah,
yet?
he had a mustache and everything. Yes, that's
Hikari
the
or
guy.
something? I don't know the guy's name.
So maybe he can be. I don't know if there's only three right now, but I remember them talking about having four overall, and I know Gito is one of them. So I don't know if they kind of replaced him yet, or I think
Yeah.
we know all the main fighters though on their side. So I think you're right. There is a definite great ride. I think we are going to reach the golden age again. I can't wait to see it. Sakuna's coming. So I think they
Huh.
all, I mean, as much as I like to think that he's doing it for his own reason, it kind of seems like everybody's playing into Sakuna's hands.
In some type of way, right? But then
Yeah.
again, you saw that he was cool with the Ice Queen, and so is Fake Ghetto. So they all know each other. They're all from back in the day somehow. I don't even know how they know each other so long, but um they all know each other, and it's not like he had any hostility towards each other. But like you said, if Sakuna wanted to, he could have ended it all by just a word. So, but he didn't. Mm,
We'll see. We'll see. That was really
cool.
the last thing I could really imagine kind of going over because I think we're just kind of going on at this point. Is there anything else that
Yeah.
you had about this chapter?
About the chapter, no. Eight
Predictions.
out 8.5 predictions. Fuckery. A whole lot of fuckery.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think Yuki's just gonna take out that big horde in a very fight worthy entrance, because this
Yeah.
she needs to make an impression right now. I mean, she's funny, but I need to see that, technique at work.
Right.
I think we're gonna get a little more. I want to see Gojo. I want to see what he's thinking inside that damn cube. I know his ass is tight.
Something funny, because last time he was in there, he was chilling, he's
He said,
smiling and stuff. Word. I don't know though. We're gonna have to see it. I mean, and I thought that Yuji couldn't move. I mean, he said he couldn't move, but that's because he was frozen with ice. But now that he's not frozen no more, I wonder how useful he is, even after being through all these fights
Yeah.
tonight.
I was gonna say he
So
got his body was through the ringer. Not only was he in a life or death situation with the evolved Mahito, he got straight pounded on by two people that are almost as old as Sukuna, or at least are old
right.
enough to know his ass. So yeah, he went through the ringer. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, just great chapter. I think my favorite part art wise was when Gito was going away and he shows the cube and he's looking away at him and he's like, "Yep, see you later." I have a lot of
Peace
hopes,
out.
and
Yo,
that's cool.
yeah.
It's cool. But
It
what?
is cool. Like I have a lot of hopes for Yuji too, especially
Yeah,
for seeing what he had. Like the thing I like about like the past two chapters in general is just the fact that it's the fact that they displayed how much of a difference in power there is, and just to see how high the bar is raised and what usually has to accomplish and how strong he has to get in order to get Sukuna back to get Geto back. So I can't wait to see Yuji's progression. I can't wait to see Megumi's progression. Hopefully he gets strong enough to just go ape shit, because Megumi's ability is kind of like Geto's ability in a sense that he has
in
things
a
that
way,
he has to
yeah.
tame.
Hmm.
And but yeah, I just can't wait to see them both get strong to that point. So yeah.
Yo, that would be crazy seeing Gito and Megumi's powers, like all the servants like that. That would be intense. But yeah, I would give it an 8.5 as well. Maybe even a 9, because we really do get to see, even though it wasn't exactly what we might have wanted originally, we really got to a lot of fill-ins of the blanks, of why they did things and where it's gonna go from here.
Yeah, I want to see. I just want all I want to see is Yushi's next interaction with Mahito, because Mahito's mind probably going to be like a mindless zombie. He has so much character, but now that he's controlled by someone, how is he going to be now? So I can't wait to see how their next interaction is going to be, and I know Yushi's going to mess him up next time, like easily.
Yeah,
It's not even going to be half the fight as it was. So
and honestly, Yuji really classed his ass out. I didn't think he was gonna really do as good as he did, so that
yeah.
just shows the growth of Yuji. But
That's what I'm saying. I may make a video about how, and maybe like because I feel as if Yushi's character maybe was a little overly paced, like in a sense where he may have been rushed to get to a point. Like his character may have been rushed to be a little, like his character just went by a little too fast for me in general.
yeah, I
So
understand. Yeah, he was more of a prepackaged character than
yeah,
I would have liked as well, for sure.
yeah,
But he's cool. I like him as it is. I like Sukuna more than I like Yuji personally. I think that definitely adds a lot. And when I'm watching Yuji, I don't wait for Sukuna to come out, but that's kind of low key what I want to happen sometimes.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it always is cool to see Yuji as a character progress. So yeah,
yeah.
shit, I
That's all
got
I have to say about the chapter. I mean,
yeah.
like I said, 8.5. I can't wait to see the fuckery next time.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, you can subscribe to Hal have his channel in the comments. Same thing for his. Yeah, thank you. Like and subscribe. Have a good one.